So
Top Hill podcast.
episode
nine. Top Hill episode 009. Welcome. I'm your host, E-Money Boss.
I'm just Chad for today. So not Chad Visionary, y'all. What's cracking?
All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Top Hill Podcast. And we got a special episode for you guys. It's a lot that went on this week. If you guys haven't been paying attention, we're going to give you guys all the content that you're looking for. Quick shout out to our man, Will Bowser and Antonio Wayside at Quality Touch Studios. Really appreciate you all for all the work that you guys do.
Definitely.
Will shows a lot of love in the studio, so definitely want to shout them out. Yeah, man.
How was your week?
It was good, bruh. It was good. Can't complain, it's another day.
Anything new?
Not that I could think of, man. I don't know, man.
Okay.
Probably when my brain starts functioning properly, I'll be able to figure out what's going on, but...
Well, I had a great week.
Yeah, well, excuse me. How was your week, Chad?
It was great, man.
What'd you do, man?
Shoot, I can't. My brain is on pause too, but I know I had a great week because of the music I was talking about with my friends and family, and you were a part of it too. So,
oh man,
we did the 10 albums that changed my life challenge on Instagram, and I started it off, and I tagged people on Instagram to see what albums changed their life as well.
Yeah, and
man, we just got to talking. I got to talking to you, and then my other friends and family. It was just it's so many albums. Especially when my mom and my cousin had dropped theirs. I'm like, man, this stuff I gotta go back to.
Right.
That's probably the music that really shaped me into what I'm listening to right now. So,
when you sent me that challenge, I was. I knew I had to go to work because,
it's hard. It's hard to choose.
It's so hard. To configure 10 albums that have impacted you. I mean, there's so many albums that have impacted me. And I know one you said you didn't even notice, Buju Banton.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Legend.
I have to go back and listen to that.
Yeah, I grew up on a lot of reggae music, church music and some old hip hop, but a lot of reggae music, probably more than other people.
Yeah. I base mine off of my father and mother.
Yeah.
They the ones that really got my interest right now.
Facts.
So you can see I had Lauryn Hill on there, then I put College Dropout next to it. I mean, that makes sense. Right. Then I had Jay-Z and so forth and so on. So, yeah, man, if y'all never did a 10-day albums that changed my life, I suggest y'all go do that. You really gonna be mind blown. You gonna think about there's gonna be some albums you'll be like, dang, I forgot about that album, and you gonna be so excited. I definitely suggest everybody go do that.
One album that has definitely had an impact on my life, and it didn't make my top 10, and I don't know, it could change. Kanye West, 808 and The Heartbreak.
Man, it was so many Kanye albums.
I know. I mean, almost every Kanye album had some kind of significance in our lives. But
for sure.
808s and The Heartbreak, y'all, if you have not noticed, it's 11-year anniversary.
Oh, yeah, this is our anniversary. Yeah, this is anniversary. That was 2 days ago, right?
Yesterday. Yeah. So Kanye West, 808s and The Heartbreak debuted, yesterday, 11 years ago.
Right.
That's crazy.
Changed the course of music. Changed everything.
It changed everything. It's the first album off of his trilogy from, the College Dropout, Late Registration, and Graduation. So that theme of music that he had. And everybody wanted to know what he was going to do next, But this album was, dedication to his mother. His mom passed away after graduation. And a lot of the music in 808s and The Heartbreak had to do with the loss of his mom. So it's definitely a colder, darker, Kanye.
Right.
Obviously, him kind of mourning and grieving the loss of his mom and some other things that were going on in his life during that time. But like you said, man, changed the course of music. A lot of people now are mimicking 808s and Heartbreak.
I just love the innovation of it. This is what I really love about Kanye. And I know he gets a lot of backlash for what he does, but let's don't focus on that. Let's focus on the music. you could argue and say T-Pain was the one that he definitely did start the auto-tune wave, but I feel like Kanye took it to a whole different level. Like, he sat there and was like, all right, I'm this backpack rapper, but I'm going to do something different. I'm going to change it up, and I'm going to put sounds that I'm interested in, and he pretty much, like I said, changed the course of music. Now, the music right now, every rapper right now is using auto-tune, if you think about it. Like, that's what's getting in that
Singers
sonic.
too.
Yeah, that's that sonic quality that y'all want. It's coming from 808s, and people say that I don't want to jump ahead, but I know we're about to talk about Trippie Redd, and he said that in an interview. He was just like, 808s is my blueprint.
Right. Yeah.
So,
well, let's just get into it, y'all. Top albums.
You know, this is my favorite part of the podcast. We always talk about albums. I mean, that's what makes this podcast so special. I feel like there's no hip-hop show or podcast or whatever that really goes into the albums.
Dives in.
They don't really dive in. They just pick what they heard, what they like off of there. But with me and E-Money Boss, we sit there and dissect and really tell y'all how we feel. And it's all our opinions, but I feel like our opinion is worth hearing. So
we've been doing this since high school, bro.
Yeah, we've been literally doing it for the longest time.
Listening to albums, you know, and giving our critique. We've been doing this for a minute. So, yeah, man, albums are important to me. It tells me you can tell a full story about what's going on.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Everybody on the live?
Yeah, shout out to everybody that's in the live.
We have a lot of people on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. I really appreciate it.
We got some international people. Shout out to my man from Toronto. I see you. Appreciate you for tuning in. Okay, so albums. Let's start off with YNW Melly.
Okay.
Melly versus Melvin. What
Can I say this?
You can say whatever you want, man.
I'm kind of tired of this. Is personal opinion. I'm just tired of the alter ego albums, and I feel like they've been doing it the course of time. You think about Eminem, Slim Shady, T.I., Tip. It's just so many of them. Like,
it's a lot.
And it's like, bro, like, I don't know. Maybe there's an appreciation for it. Like, that's part of hip hop culture to where you do have an alter ego in a certain way. Like, you have your own personal life, and then you as an artist. But when it comes to like creativity with the title name, it's just like, bruh, there's another one I was thinking about. Cassidy. He said Cassidy in his real name, and I'm like, bruh, like, let's be more creative with our title name. That's my whole ordeal. But to get into the album, the first 4 songs that Apple Music starred, I love them. The kid is talented. He's very young. I think he's only 18. I don't know if y'all know about him, but he has a dark past. Actually, he's in jail right now, I believe. Yeah, for a murder charge. And there's this song. To be honest, what's the song? You know what song I'm talking about? Murder on My Mind, I think it's called.
Yeah, Murder on My Mind.
The title itself is uncomfortable. You know, me personally, you know how I am. Like, I'm about positivity and all that. But this song really goes in from a real place, talking about he really has murder on his mind. Yeah. And me, I'm looking at it as like, bruh, I look at it as it's demonic. Like, I don't like it. Like, you have so much negative thoughts and you're plotting to kill somebody. So off Bucks, I was like, man, I really don't like this kid because of what he's, you know, promoting. And then I had my nieces. I remember I was driving with my mom and the kids or whatever, and the kids loved this song and they was singing it. I got murder on my mind. Like, I'm like, stop singing that song. Like, I didn't like it at all. So he kind of, like I said, I was kind of closed on him. I was like, I ain't really messing with him, but to go back to Kanye, I know we talk about this man a lot, but he kind of co-signed this kid. I was just like, all right, let me...
They did a song together, too. It didn't really pop off, but...
I was like, let me stop judging. I don't like people that judge, and I'm not going to get into that, but I was like, let me stop judging and really see what this kid is about, because... Maybe he has a story. Everybody has a story to tell. That's what hip hop is all about. So with this, going back to this album, I really got to know him. That's what I feel like. I really he really showcased his talents too. And there was this one song that stuck out. I need to pull that up. I don't know what song it was, but I know you know what I'm talking about, where he pretty much was like, he kept saying, Jesus, come into my life and save me. Like, I got bad thoughts, I got this and that. And that let me know, like, maybe he's not such a bad person at all. Maybe it's a cry for help. Maybe this is his real story. Like, I'm looking at it as like, man, he's a bad kid, but maybe he's really not a bad kid.
He's in a bad situation.
He's in a bad situation and environment. And that's, I think people need to get out when it comes to hip hop of trying to attack person and where they come from. Like, everybody's story is different. Everybody's a product of their environment. Yeah. So I liked it, bro. I liked it. I'm not judging this kid no more. As far as his case goes, I hope it goes well for him. So what you think about it?
I think it's fucked that they release his crime scene photos right when he released his album. But
trying to tear another black man now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. When I listened to this album, all I could say was that it was okay. It's not something that I was like, okay, this is hurting my ears. Let me turn this off. It sounded good, you know, from a sonic standpoint. Yeah, you know what I mean. But it also didn't have enough uniqueness either to me. Like, it wasn't creative enough that made me say, like, okay, I can separate this kid from everybody else. This just sounds like something to just throw into the universe, and it's going to fade out. This is not something that I'm going to listen to back to back or anything like that. It's a decent album. There's a couple of songs on there. Like you said, the first 4 tracks were fire. I even like the last track, too. You know, him trying to use his voice in a unique way, I only really heard that on the last track. Okay. You know what I mean? But other than that, it just felt okay. You know what I mean? I didn't really see anything else that really stood out that much.
I don't know. That song Adam Sandler was pretty different.
I fuck with Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler was hard. But the song I'm talking about, guys, was Waiting on You. And it's featuring Tump with The Gift. And that really surprised me when he released that track. So, what you rate it?
The album?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Okay, I think I'm right with you on that one.
Yeah, it's decent, you know what I mean? But like I said, I just don't know. This is either an album that's going to grow with me or it's just going to fade away.
Yeah, I think the sound is definitely there. And like I said, the kid is very talented. I feel like he has a singing voice. Mm-hmm. And not to compare him to Young Thug, but I like how Young Thug was considered as just a regular rapper.
I thought Young Thug was on one of the songs. I was like, damn, we got a feature with Young Thug. Oh shit, it's not him.
But the thing I love about Thug is like I said, they thought he was like just a gangster rapper, but this man could actually make pop songs, mm-hmm. rock songs. Like, he's versatile, and that's what I feel about this kid right here. Like, I feel like he could hop on a song and make it better. So,
right.
If he ever, you know.
The Killuminati is another one, too. I'm sorry. Just the Killuminati, John, the little, you know, paying homage to Tupac.
Oh, yeah, that was dope.
That was dope. So there's a few.
Wasn't that the sample from the Tupac song? Yeah.
There's a few gems in here, you know what I mean? I'm not going to take that away from him. But as far as it being top album, we'll see.
If y'all got any questions, like, feel free to ask us questions.
You ready for the next album?
Yeah, what's the next one?
Trippie Redd.
Oh, yeah, Big 14.
I love letters
Big
to
14,
you.
know what the fuck going on? Oh. He always say that.
Trippie Redd, Mo, like, Trippie Redd is like one of my favorite. I think I told you this. I think I said
favorite mumble rapper.
My favorite mumble rapper, dog. Like,
that's so funny to me. That's so funny.
Cause he's not rapping really. Like, he's
not lyrical. He's not super ball.
Well, that last track.
He could spit.
That surprised the shit out of me. Like, I was pleasantly surprised.
He could spit, bro. By
Trippie Redd. And I mean, there's a couple of projects by Trippie that I mess with, but the number one thing that you're gonna get from him is you're gonna get great melodies.
Yeah, for sure.
You're gonna get amazing melodies. You're gonna get amazing singing, and then he's very vulnerable with his music as well too, and especially with this one. he really opened up into a place where a lot of people normally don't go.
Sad Boys. Shout out to the Sad Boys. Sad Boys 2019.
God damn.
Sad Boys, man. That's a Sad Boy album.
He was going through some things, you know what I mean, with a girl or whatever, you know what I mean? But I really like this album a lot. And this is one of those albums that you could just get lost to, you know what I mean? I listened to this probably like 3 times this week. And, you know, sometimes when I was just in the room, you know, today, just you know, cleaning up and stuff like that. It's a perfect joint to just, like, get your mind off of everything. Like, you just let that joint play. Every song sounds good, and you just fade away. But it's what if you're a Trippie Redd fan, you know what I mean, you already know what's good with this man. A couple of standalone tracks. You got Six Kiss with Juice WRLD. I mean, that's a dope collab. This Ain't That with Lil Mosey is a dope collab as well. But there's a couple other tracks on there that really stood out. Real Feel, Who Needs Love, Love Me More. One of my favorite tracks were the last track. The last track when he actually he was spitting some bars, man. He kind of like wanted you to know, like, okay, yeah, I could do the melody things and stuff like that, and you might consider me a mumble rapper, but I can spit too. You know what I mean? Like, right. He could have been that artist. He could have been like a YBN Cordae. You know what I mean? He could have did that. He could have went that route if he wanted to. Just off of the flow and his style on that last record, I thought that was just super dope to show his versatility.
Yeah, I love that, man. Like, no homo, but he's super dope. Like you said, man, he's very versatile. And I'm gonna keep a buck with you. Like, just doing my research and really listening to these so-called mumble rappers. A lot of them can rap.
Yeah, they can rap.
They can really rap.
They can really rap.
Don't get it twisted. Don't think that these
they got
young,
talent.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna take nothing. I'm just taking that away from them.
They just chose that route because, like I said, when it comes to music for me, it's all about creativity and exploring new ways of making music and going a different route. So when the old cats are talking about, man, this ain't real hip hop, to me it's real hip hop. It's your art, pretty much.
People were telling
hip hop is art.
People were telling them the same thing when they were trying to drop music in their time.
Right.
Too.
I always refer back to NWA with Eazy-E and them, and they were saying they were too gangster, cussing all the time. Because back then, before NWA, it was all about positivity, lifting each other up and stuff. But NWA was giving you that street feel and stuff, so they was like, this ain't real hip-hop. So it's the same thing, it's the same cycle. So to get back to Trippie Redd, I feel the same way. I feel like when I listened to it, I was just lost in the music. Like, I could listen to every track. Sonically, it sounds good. Melodies are great. I feel like he's a really good writer. And he gave me what he pretty much gave me the last album. I like the last album.
I did too.
He gave you R&B, he gave you hip-hop, and at the end, he showed you, like, man, I can spit as well. So the songs that stood out to me, since we're talking about songs, is this the right? Okay, yeah, Def featuring The Baby. I like the joint with Lil Yachty and Pierre Bourne. Pierre Bourne is one of my favorite producers right now. Like, I feel like he's just killing it right now. Y'all should definitely, if y'all don't know who Pierre Bourne is, definitely look that man up. Definitely like the last song, like you said. But yeah,
and
man.
You rap like me.
This right here is the album I've been listening to all week. So
yeah, same here.
Easily, I put this over the other album.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe if YNW Melly or Melly was to come out another week, maybe. But
yeah, this ain't your week, bro.
Not your week, bro.
Not the top hill.
So, Chad Visionaire, what is top hill for you this week? Last week, who did you have?
Wow, I do not remember.
Chicks 85?
No, I think I was still with Doja Cat.
You picked Doja Cat over 685?
I think I did, didn't I?
No.
Wow, I just forgot. Xavier Omar.
Yeah, Xavier Omar.
Moments of Love, I think that's what the album was called.
Who's top hill album for Chad Visionaire this week?
I'm gonna stick with Xavier Omar, Moments of Love.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah, I'm on my R&B wave.
You're tripping.
And he's making incredible music on a different level. It's not just about sex and a bunch of other bullshit to me. I feel like it's real love music, and call it corny if you want. It's not corny, but it's just real love R&B music. Give me that I don't want to say give me a Jill Scott vibe, but it gives you that real love, like I said. So, yeah, Xavier Omar. I'm sticking with that guy.
Last week I had Chick Say 5. Tory Lanez dropped a amazing project with a ton of your favorite samples
Definitely
and features. The album is so hard, man. It really is. But I don't know if it's standing up, like if it's gonna have certain, because nostalgia has a time limit to it. You know what I mean? It's only good for so long, and it'll be like, okay, I'm good now. You know what I mean? So it's kind of wearing off on me. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna give this week to Trippie Redd, just because, I mean, like you said, I love playing it. It's dope. It's good music. It sounds good. There's so many songs on there that I want to go back to and like really dig deeper into. I like the fact that he opened up a lot more on this album. I love that you're not getting the same thing on every song. You know what I mean? You're getting a different kind of Trippie on each song, and I think that's dope. And it sonically just fits good together. You know what I mean? It's a dope ass album. So Top Hill album for me is definitely going to go to Trippie Redd.
It's a good one.
Now, you want to dig into these singles?
Of course. I feel like that was better this week than the albums.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. And one reason I would say that is because yeah, we got a lot. Let's start off with the first single, y'all. Sierra.
You want me to go first?
I mean, you can.
Trash.
Oh.
It's like, no, we not taking that far.
Oh, you're being disrespectful.
I just don't. Okay, I don't like it, obviously, because I just said trash. I don't want to call it trash, though. I don't know. I feel like this record right here wasn't meant to be put out around this time. I feel like it was a record that was supposed to be put out a long time ago. And I haven't heard Sierra. We haven't heard about Sierra in a minute, bro. Like, when's the last time she really dropped music? That you was like, oh man, you heard about that Sierra record?
What was it, Like a Boy? What was that song?
Yeah, that was a long ass time ago.
What's she thinking about?
She washed up.
No, whoa.
Look, she incredible. Let me not take it too far.
You just said she's washed, bro. You about to have them.
She's an incredible performer. I'll give her that. She has classic. She has I don't want to say a classic album. I have to go back and listen to that. She has classic songs. Mm-hmm. She can still perform and put on a good concert. But yeah, I would say that she's washed up when it comes to music. I'm sorry, like this.
They about to come for your neck.
This song was not good, bro. Go listen. If y'all, did anybody in it?
Yeah, Miss America said, "Wow, you know."
Song is trash.
Nails by her. Level Up was a hit for the folks. You know.
We're not talking about Level Up.
We're talking about Sierra.
We're talking about what's the song? What's the song name?
What? Well, we was talking about Sierra. Basically.
Well, what's the song name that you just?
Melanin.
Melanin. Yeah.
Okay, so if in case you guys don't know, Sierra dropped a song called Melanin, and it has featuring Lupita Nyong'o, Esther Dean, The City Girls, and Lala.
I like the City Girls part. They killed it. That was the best part of the whole song.
I feel like this whole song is the best part of the song. I feel like the idea of the song is dope. I feel like she's, showing black love, black empowerment. It's another, black girl magic song, whatever you want to call it. Yes, I'm going to go there. And I think it's dope that she decided to bring two people who are not rappers. No, it doesn't. No, you got Lupita Nyong'o and Lala, two like really heavy hitters when it comes to the acting. She's just trying to
jump on the bandwagon because that's what's popular right now. We talking about black.
Okay,
that's how I feel.
Okay, first of all,
she executed in a
it's not like this
way.
is Taylor Swift making a song called Melanin. Okay, Sierra is a black woman. You know what I mean? And she's been making music for urban artists and urban music and stuff like that. She's a black woman with a black husband, with black kids, and she got she decided to make a song that represents who she is.
And she never made a song like that. It's the first time I heard it.
And what's wrong with her coming out for the first time and doing this?
Ain't not wrong, but it comes off as corny to me.
I'm taking this record for what it is. It's a fun record for people to listen to. She performed it at the American Music Awards.
I didn't know that.
And I think it's just dope to see black people and women just, empowering themselves for who they are, and it's long overdue. So I like the record for what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be banging it in my car, but you know what I mean. I think the record is a dope record. You know what I mean? I think it's bold and brave for her to come out because, like you said, she hasn't made music like this before. But it's fun.
Say that.
It's fun, bro. It's a fun song. She got fucking City Girls on there, for Christ's sakes. You got City Girls. You got Lala and Lupita Nyong'o. And first of all, Lupita, she can spit. She had a freestyle with her.
Yeah, I was surprised with
her. And the Princess of Wakanda, they was on set and they did a little freestyle. I thought that was pretty funny. So it's really cool that they got them on this song, just talking about melanin, Jay,
I'm not, bro.
All right, next song. Summer Walker and London on the Track. Featuring Chris Brown.
It's a bop.
Something Real.
Nah, this is a bop. I like this song. It's cool. It's a cool song.
It's alright.
I wouldn't say, I gotta go listen to it in the car. I gotta bump this right now. Yeah, no. Like, it's not that record. It's like, it's cool. If I hear it, if I'm at the club somewhere, then I'll be like, all right, I like listening to it right now for the moment. It's one of them moment type songs. But am I gonna play this on my headphones and stuff? Probably not.
Yeah, this joint, it's missing something. Like, even the feature, like Chris Brown is not.
I don't know. I feel like Chris Brown did his thing.
I didn't feel he was there. I feel like he didn't show up really, like, on the song.
I feel like he made the record better.
I don't know about that. I don't really care for the record, to be honest with you. Like, it's not something that really stood out to me.
Yeah, it's
like
decent.
That. Anyway, next jump. Stormzy featuring Ed Sheeran. Own It.
That's dope.
I fuck with it.
Yeah,
I fuck with it.
It's a shock. It shocked me because that guy, he makes like grimy type UK music. That's what I'm used to hearing from him. Like, it's more hardcore gangster UK rap.
Really?
From what I'm hearing from him. That's what I haven't listened to him in a while.
Okay.
But the last time I heard, that's what I've been hearing from him. He's in that Skepta realm, pretty much.
Right. So I've definitely seen his name around, definitely in the UK. I've definitely seen him around Skepta and stuff like that. But when I listen to this song, it's heavy Afrobeat vibe. He got family. His family's from Ghana. So
See, I didn't know. That's why I was like, when I first heard it, I was kind of confused because I was like, okay, you're from UK, you make grime music. Right. So, but I like that. I think he executed it very well.
Right, basically, he grew up in the UK, but his family is from Ghana. So, like, you get those, you definitely hear his roots in this song, and his voice and everything like that. It reminded me a lot of Burna Boy.
Right. And he featured on this, he's featured on this song.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
okay.
Ed Sheeran and
Burna Boy. Okay. Right. That's why I heard Burna
Boy. You heard him on Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, Burna Boy and Ed Sheeran. They both did that thing on there. I think that's really dope.
The album cover give it Ghana vibes, too.
Yeah, just... kingship.
Yeah, king, right.
You know what I mean? And I really did mess with the song a lot.
It was cool. Yeah. I think the album's coming out soon. I saw it on Apple Music. When I went to download the song, it already had the track list names on it.
Okay. We might be getting something soon. I'll be interested in seeing it. I love any music that brings me into a place that is unfamiliar or brings me to another country and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've been banging that African Giant by Burna Boy real heavy this year. Real heavy.
Yeah, that joint like that.
Yeah.
I slept on that. Like, somebody told me to go listen to that, and I listened to it one day, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't know if I said it or somebody else said it, but you're welcome.
I think you did. You and somebody else.
Next, Party Next Door. He gave us 2.
My man back.
He gave
OVO.
us 2. Is he back?
My man back.
He back?
My man back, bro. OVO.
Yeah.
We in here. Hey, yo, shout out to OVO, sponsor the pod. Like, come on, man. I would wear some OVO merch right now. They make some fire merch.
Yeah, I fuck with OVO. I
fuck with everything they do. Like,
yeah, everything they touch right now is gold.
They like good music right now to me.
I mean,
everything they touch turn to gold.
I mess with OVO, man. I've been digging into a lot of their artists lately. I mean, I was just telling you about fucking Magic Jordan. I started listening to Magic Jordan just recently, real heavy. It's like, bruh, why haven't I not been listening to this kid or whatever?
I still need to go listen to him. I only heard like 2 songs from him.
Magic Jordan is hard, bro. Everybody on OVO is really hard, for real.
So, what records did you like from Party Next Door? Because he dropped them with Drake as well.
Yeah, so it's 2 songs, y'all. You got one song called The News, and the other song is called Loyal. Loyal is the one that's featuring Drake. Mm-hmm. Obviously, that's the song that most people are going to be listening to because it's featuring Drake. So, at first, I liked them equally. You know what I mean? Let me first say that. I like The News as much as I like Loyal.
I like News more than Loyal.
I was almost on that. Yeah. It was like when I first heard both of the songs, I was like, okay, News is here, Loyal is here. And then it just shifted a little bit. Like, Loyal is definitely...
It did it for me today. I was right with you on the same length, but when I listened to it again today and I went back and actually, Apple Music got that new feature with the quote. You can see the lyrics. Yeah. You can read the lyrics as a song.
Oh.
I love it.
I've been on it, bro.
Yeah,
I've been on it.
reading the lyrics. When that song is playing, I'm like, these lyrics is super dope. When it comes to the song is called The News. Mm-hmm. And man, like I said, it's an incredible song. And it's very addictive. Like, I could listen to it over and over and over. And I like songs like that.
Yeah. I've already followed the OVO sound playlist, but I also have my own OVO.
You gotta send me that.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you gotta send me that, bro.
I also made my own, the OVO 6 Shit playlist. That's all OVO or Toronto-based artists, and I've been on that shit heavy. You guys can check that out on my Apple Music, E-Money Boss.
Definitely the right time to play OVO music. Mm-hmm. It's cold. Especially cold at night. Yeah,
it's the fall, and since we on it, I mean, we OVO, XO, whatever. But The Weeknd has just reactivated his Instagram account.
I did see that. I seen that. What do you think that means?
Oh, I know what it means.
Another album.
Music is coming. Oh my God, music is coming from Abel.
Yeah. Well, he has. I don't know what you call it. But I seen he made an Instagram account with his, I think it's his manager or something. I sent it to you. But basically, they have their own beat. I think it's a beat channel where they play
oh my God.
The playlist that they put on. They release new songs. And I can't remember the name, y'all.
They had the skulls on and everything like that.
Yeah, dang, what was the name?
Mecca Morning, something like that.
If y'all tune into the next podcast, I'm gonna get y'all hit. But basically, I heard a lot of new songs from Young Thug, Gucci, all of EXO, all of OVO.
I meant to tell you to thank you for that jump. I played that jump multiple times.
Great songs that's unreleased. That's probably gonna be released in 2020, and I was hyped when I listened to it when I got hip to it. So yeah, man, they doing something big. Like you said, I think he's gonna drop something.
Yeah. Shout out to The Weeknd. I know something's coming soon.
Sponsor the pod. EXO sponsor the pod too.
Yeah.
I seen that chain y'all made for Uzi. And are y'all signing Uzi? That's a good question. Bruh, I seen, this was a while ago.
Who was Uzi signed to?
I don't know, but that nigga had an EXO chain. A big ass EXO chain on around his neck.
I need to find out.
Yeah, and I was like, this will be great.
I don't think Uzi needs to sign to EXO though. I feel like
he definitely needs to get out that Dillies, and that's why the His album haven't dropped. We've been waiting on that album for like 2 or 3 years now.
He's not happy with his label right now?
Definitely not happy, and for some reason, I don't know what's going on, but I don't
think
thing,
Lil Uzi label beef.
Yeah, they're not not trying to release his music. You know, he signed to...
oh, fuck.
But he was signed to, what's that DJ Drama.
Was he really?
Yeah, DJ Drama.
That's so weird.
He messed them over, man.
They don't fit together. Like, I would not imagine a DJ Drama with Lil Uzi.
Well, you know, that's how Uzi got popping. DJ Drama was on that joint and was co-signing him, so...
That's wild. It looks like Roc Nation just stepped in with managing him. So Roc Nation is managing him, but Atlantic, I hear a lot of bad things about Atlantic Records.
It's crazy. No, I hear both. Because wasn't Wale with Atlantic?
Wale was with Atlantic.
What's the name is with Atlantic now?
Who?
Rico Nasty.
Rico Nasty? That's not a good look. I just don't... I hear a lot of bad things about Atlantic. I hear a lot about people not getting what they want out of Atlantic Records. But, you know, hey, to each his own. We'll see what happens. But that would make a lot of sense why he's not happy and everything like that. But anyway.
Yeah, let's get back to the top singles.
So out of all of these new singles that dropped, Chad, between Sierra, Melanin, and...
Party Next Door to News.
That's top single for you right now?
No question. Yeah, no question. That's it. That's the one. That's the one I had on repeat.
I like... Loyal has started to just start playing in my head like a record, like it's radio. Like, I can't unhear Loyal singing in my head. It's really a tie, honestly, to me, between Party Next Door's Loyal featuring Drake and Stormzy featuring Burna Boy and Ed Sheeran. Fuck it. I'm giving it to Stormzy.
Okay.
I'm giving it to Stormzy.
Can't be mad at that.
I really like that record a lot. It was a great collab. You grab Perfect Pieces, you grab your London side, you got Ed Sheeran, you grab your African side, you grab Burna Boy, and the song just sounds really good. It's a breath of fresh air. I like it. I enjoy it. So that's gonna be top singles for me.
Okay. Respect.
So that's gonna do it for the first half of Top Hill.
Okay. That was a good session, man.
Hey, for everybody that's tuned in right now, and also for people who are tuned in to, our YouTube or whatever, the next segment we're going to go into, it's a lot. We got the Grammys we got to talk about. We got the American Music Awards we got to talk about. So stay tuned to episode 9, part 2 of Top Hill.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, y'all. Welcome back to part 2 of Top Hill Podcast.
Episode 9.
9. All right. We got a couple of things to talk about.
Number 9. Sorry, no. Let's get
All right. We gotta dig into this shit, y'all. American Music Awards came on yesterday. People got a lot to say about this awards show.
Shit, trash.
Hey, well, they tried to advertise that this is the awards show that is, voted by the people. The most voted by...
See what I'm doing? Blah, blah, blah. Shit, trash, bro.
From the winners and the nominees. I mean, that's what they said. That this is...
Let me say this. Fuck America. Nah, real talk. Like, you're not doing justice within the black community. You're not doing justice, of course, in these award shows. You're not doing justice anywhere. Like, come on, I'm tired of these award shows, bro. I'm tired of the Grammys. I'm tired of all of it.
Yeah.
Who's in these rooms? Who's in these rooms?
It's pretty sad because obviously they know what fuels culture is black people.
Right.
And so they know they need
Everybody
us
knows that.
to make it look cool. So you hire Sierra to host it. Sierra hosted the American Music Awards.
Okay.
They let Sierra perform Melanin, which I didn't expect. She performed Melanin. She had a bunch of Some beautiful black women up there of all shapes and sizes and different skin tones that were all black performing the song Melanin. Wearing melanin tone clothing.
I mean, that's nice. They want the black people to dance and put on a show, but who's in these rooms?
I feel you. So basically what you're saying, okay, and I get this. Let us perform.
Yeah, let us perform.
Let us announce the nominees.
Yeah, we're going to put on a show for y'all. We for your entertainment.
But when it comes down to actually winning awards.
Oh, yeah.
It's not us.
It's not us. It's not for the people. And you're lying when you say that.
I'm going to have to agree with you, Virginia, on that. Because when I watched a little bit of it, and I watched some of the highlights, and I was just like, we had some really dope performance. Sierra really did that thing. She really performed really well. She's a dope singer and dancer.
Yeah, she usually does a phenomenal job.
She brought out Lala. Lala came out there and performed as well, too. Lala came out and performed. Lala.
That's okay.
Keisha. That's a Power reference for, just in case anybody doesn't know.
Yeah, I'm not hip.
Yeah.
I don't watch Power.
That's a whole other conversation we're not going to go into right now. How you don't watch Power?
I'm probably the only nigga on earth that don't watch Power.
Probably. But anyway, so Sierra performed. They gave a tribute to Toni Braxton for being, they actually even showed a clip for her. She won Best New Artist when Toni Braxton first came out. I never knew that. She won Best New Artist in the American Music Awards.
Okay.
So they paid homage to Toni Braxton.
She a legend.
Yeah, she performed "Unbreak My Heart."
Great song.
You have Lizzo out there doing her thing. So I mean, it was a decent award show, but let's dig into the nominees. And
yeah, I didn't see it, so I can't really speak on it much.
I'm just going to tell you the nominees.
Okay.
And we're going to discuss these real quick.
I can pull it up. I think I have it right here.
I have them right here as well, too.
Oh, bet.
We got a couple of comments, though, so I'm going to read some comments. So, for Miss America, for American Music Awards, you had an option to go online and vote for your favorite artist in each category. You only had to Google American Music Awards, and the poll came up. Gave you the option to vote daily. So, that's exactly what they mean by this is a award show directly impacted by the people wanting to be involved. So, you can't be mad at them, but what we can be mad at...
Black people don't do this. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
No, go ahead.
What we can be mad at, we still got to be nominated.
Yeah.
Right? So, when you look at the nominees, okay, then you look at who won, okay? We're going to get into that in a second. Whoa, I am Austin Toll said he doesn't watch Power either. Whoa, what is y'all doing?
My man.
Get on Power, dog.
I'm not the only one.
Nails by her. You have to remember we are all still the minority. There's not enough of us, especially active in voting.
That's a very good point. Very good point. That's what I said. I mean,
but you got to think about this too. Yes, we might be only like 13 to 50% of the country's population, but when it comes to culture and like our music and stuff like that, it's number one and everywhere. Like rap is the new pop.
But you just said the people vote, right?
People vote, but think about this.
I'm looking at the artist of the year right now.
Okay. All right.
It makes sense why Taylor Swift won.
Artist of the year goes to Taylor Swift. Yay. No, I lied. She beat Drake. She beat Post Malone. She beat
Ariana Grande too.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything from her.
Apparently she dropped something last year.
She made noise this year?
No.
I would at least heard like Taylor Swift song on the radio. I haven't heard that this year.
Also, to let you know as well, she also won Artist of the Decade for American Music Awards. Do you agree, Chad?
No comment.
Taylor Swift, Artist of the Year and the Decade.
I don't know who's watching this, so I gotta be careful with my words.
Man, fuck them.
Oh yeah, that's a black podcast. We talk about black businesses and stuff. They said Artist of the Decade?
Artist of the Decade.
Hell no. Shut the hell up. What the hell y'all smoking? I named so many people better than Taylor Swift off butts.
Okay. All right. So we already know that category ain't shit. R&B album.
Who's that?
So the winner of R&B album goes to Khalid, Free Spirit.
That makes sense.
Khalid beat LMA.
Like I said the last podcast, the white people love Khalid.
They do. He beat LMA and he beat Chris Brown. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right. I'm okay with that too. Rap album. This is where shit gets tricky. This is where people had a feud. Best rap album at the American Music Award goes to Post Malone. Post Malone beat out Travis Scott.
Travis Scott what? Astroworld?
In rap album.
Astroworld?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now I see why they mad. Okay, keep going. Yeah, I want to hear this.
And Meek Mill Championship.
Okay. That's a great album, but okay.
Those are the two albums that he beat. They only nominated
that was
three.
the only two?
They only nominated three. Okay, that's suspicious, first of all. You only nominated 3 albums for rap album.
Is that with every category?
There's some other category that only has 3 noms, but...
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yes, this is voted by the people, but look at who they nominated, though.
Right.
You know what I mean? We'll get into that in the Grammy noms, too. We'll get into it a little bit more in a minute. Do you agree with this?
Hollywood Bleeding
was fire.
And I mentioned that being my top album for I think 2 or 3 weeks straight. Mm-hmm. So that's undeniably a good album. Personal opinion, not better than Astroworld. Mm-hmm. Championships. You talking about hip hop?
We're talking about hip hop. It's a rap.
Yeah,
rap
it's not better than me.
It's not.
Yeah, so I can see why people are a little mad. And that just goes back to what you was pointing out. The people choose, right? The people were automatically going to choose Post Malone. Come on now. It's Post Malone.
Yeah, the comments are going crazy right now.
You just said, you mentioned this in an earlier podcast that Post Malone concert for nosebleed seat costs how much?
Almost $200.
Almost $200. There you go. So niggas mess with Post Malone hard. And specifically white people.
This is the confusion, though. Money. This is the confusion that I have with the American Music Awards. Okay, you nominated Post Malone for Best Rap Album, but you also nominated him for Best Rock and Pop Song.
Oh, they did?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
That's the confusion that I have. Okay, if you're going to nominate him for Rap Album and nominate him for Rock and Pop, you're letting him go into a lot of different lanes. And don't get me wrong, he makes music that stands out that can fit in both categories. But I feel like this was like a pass kind of thing. You know
I'll put it like this way. Shout out to Quality Touch Studios, the owner, Will. We just had a discussion earlier about this. Mm-hmm. They didn't do this for Drake. They didn't do this for Drake.
Right.
They did this for Post Malone. Mm-hmm. Drake's been making R&B music and rap since the beginning of his career. Mm-hmm. And like you mentioned earlier when we had our conversation, they only put him in, what was it, the pop category? They didn't put him at the rap for the longest. Mm-hmm. So if y'all haven't put 2 to 2 together yet, I think it's a racial thing. I'm not gonna sit here and go around the edges or whatever. Like this right here, I really think it's a racial thing. Like it's not fair. It's not for the people. People in the streets would have never chose this, point blank.
But what a lot of people are saying is too, you gotta think the people get to vote who they want the winner to be. And a lot of us are not voting no American Music Award shit. You know, we just watch it. We'll watch it and we'll get mad at the result, but we're not voting.
Yeah.
So
because nobody's watching that.
That could be a part of it.
So, let me not say that. Yeah, black niggas ain't watching that.
All right, here we go. Rap Artist of the Year. I'm gonna let you pick.
I don't even want to listen now.
No. I'm gonna tell you.
Make me mad.
Rap Artist of the Year nominees go Drake, Post Malone, and Cardi B. Who do you think won?
Cardi B.
Cardi B won Rap Artist of the Year.
I knew that.
How the fuck does that happen? She didn't drop no album this year.
She did?
No. Invasion of Privacy was last year? Yes.
Oh, wow.
So Cardi B won off of the song Money alone.
So Drake, Post Malone,
and Cardi B.
So Drake didn't drop no album either.
He didn't.
He dropped some songs. Though.
Why are they nominated? Is my thing.
Oh yeah.
Why are you nominating Drake and Cardi B when they haven't dropped projects this year? Drake dropped a playlist, the Care Package.
Well, they got a last year out. If we go back to the albums, they got Astro World.
Right, but it's okay. So the time period, and we'll talk about.
Yeah, what's the time period?
Okay, so I know for the Grammys they changed it. They changed it from August 30th, 2018 to now. They cut it off. It's August 30th to August. Okay. No, I'm sorry. It's September of 2018 to August 2019. That's the Grammys time frame. Okay. I don't know what the American Music Awards time frame was, but I'm assuming it's pretty similar because it's only November and they need at least 3 months to make a decision. You can't drop an album last month and be nominated right now. You know what I mean? So we're in November, October, September. They probably could have that cut off like around July. You know what I mean? So Cardi B has not dropped no fucking music.
Yes. I haven't heard nothing from her.
No. We have not heard music from Cardi. We have not heard music from Drake within the time period that they're looking at.
Except for that Care Package, right?
Which is a playlist of his old music.
Old stuff, yeah.
Right. So that doesn't really count. So Post Malone is the only legit person nominated. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on. R&B male artists, and we're going to get right back to the dumb shit. The nominees go Khalid, Chris Brown,
hell yeah,
Bruno Mars.
When
did y'all start putting Bruno Mars in R&B? I thought he was pop. Right?
Yeah, this is really sad.
It's sad, right? Okay, so guess who won?
Because there's a lot of niggas that release some R&B music.
Guess who won?
Khalid.
No.
Chris Brown.
No.
Who's the other one?
Bruno Mars.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, my God, dog. Okay, Bruno Mars has won as Best R&B Male Artist.
Don't read no more. This is it. I'm done with America.
We got to read more.
No, this is a wrap for me.
We have to understand more.
Let's move on, because
we have to talk about it.
We run out of time, man.
No, we got plenty of time. All right. So, female R&B artists. Nominees go LMA, Lizzo, and Beyonce. Beyonce hasn't dropped okay, no, I lied. Take that back. I'm about to be so disrespectful. I was about to go off. She did drop that, the Gifts to Africa album for the Lion King, John.
But that wasn't all her, was it?
It was all her, featuring other artists. It was her.
Oh, yeah, it was her. Yeah.
It was her. So I'll give them that. Beyonce, I'm okay with Beyonce winning that.
Nah, I don't think I'm okay with that.
You're okay. Remember the nominees.
You know that's my girl.
I know it's your girl, but Lizzo and LMA. Lizzo.
I feel like they should give it to somebody else. Beyonce win it.
R&B artist.
She wins every year, bro.
Because she's Beyonce.
And it's a soundtrack. She should have never been put in that.
It's not a soundtrack. Let me get that. This is not the Lion King soundtrack that I'm talking about. This is a letter to Africa. Beyonce dropped a separate album that is like kind of related to the Lion King, but it's not a Lion King soundtrack. Okay. She did have Lion King skits in there, but it was all new music that were Beyonce music.
So it's pretty much like what Kendrick Lamar did with
Black Panther. Yes.
So would you really consider that in her discography?
Yes, it is. It's a Beyonce album. They consider it a Beyonce album.
So the Kendrick Black Panther, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, personally,
I know.
I wouldn't put that in this discovery.
I don't agree with that either, but it is what it is. All right, last category about this, and then we're gonna move on. Rap song. Best rap song. Nominees. Go Post Malone with Wow. Travis Scott with Sicko Mode, and Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X gonna win that.
It's not fucking hip hop. It's not R&B. He said it himself. It wasn't.
It is hip hop.
But he said it wasn't. He said it was country.
Okay.
Why did they nominate him in the best rap song?
At the end of the day, he was rapping on that joint.
That's what country music has a lot of rapping in it. If people don't listen to country music, they do rap a lot in country music.
Okay, I'm not familiar with country, but I know he promoted from beginning. Then he promoted from beginning as
I'm sorry. Hey, Rico, run, dog. Rico gotta chill out. Rico talk about fuck the beehive. I ain't with you with that one, bro.
You wild.
You wild for that joke.
Let me address this. We don't have no slander on the beehive. Please don't come to the Top Hill Podcast.
We love the beehive.
Thank you very much. Sponsor the pod, Beehive. We're not associated with Rico in any way. Hey, this nigga funny.
All right, let's move on.
He trying to get us killed.
All right, Grammy nominees. The Grammys have released the nominations.
Get to the good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Because I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting for this.
The Grammys have released their 2020 nominees.
Yeah, let's get to it.
The Grammys will be aired in January of 2020. They moved it up. They have also changed the time period to submit music. So this is very important. I made sure I looked this up. The Grammy time period to fit into the slot to be nominated was from September 2018 to August 2019, the end of August 2019. Okay, let's get into the nominees. And I'm going to tell you who I feel was snubbed.
Okay.
From
you feel like somebody was snubbed?
Oh, I know. Okay. And you're going to agree. You won't believe who they forgot.
Okay.
You won't not believe who they forgot.
I don't know, because this hasn't been a good year, to be honest.
It really hasn't. All right, so we'll just start with Album of the Year. This is their biggest, really, award, pretty much, Album of the Year. You got Lil Nas X. You got Billie Eilish. You got Ariana Grande. You got Lana Del Rey. You got her. You got Lizzo. You got Bon Iver.
This is for what category?
Album of the Year.
This is Album of the Year, period.
Album, all music genres.
Listen again, I'm sorry.
Lil Nas X, Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande, Lana Del Rey, her, Lizzo, and Bon Iver.
Okay. Ariana Grande had an amazing album.
She did. Thank You Next was pretty big.
And
Billie Eilish.
I feel like Bon Iver, I don't remember, but I feel like he did have a good album.
He had a couple of good features. I haven't listened to an album per se by itself.
That's the only ones I know, to be honest. I heard that nigga Billy, what's his name?
Billie Eilish.
I heard he was pretty good. I never listened to him.
It's a woman.
Oh, I don't know. I heard about her or whatever.
She's a 17-year-old girl who makes really dark kind of music. I'm trying to think who she reminds me of.
I'm not hip, y'all. I apologize.
But her music is decent. Who else? Lana Del Rey.
I just keep seeing that name everywhere.
Yeah. Her had an incredible year. Lizzo.
I like Her's album, but it's probably not up to par with the other ones.
It's just dope that an R&B woman is nominated.
Yeah, I'm surprised she in that. I'm very surprised she in that.
Lizzo, let me just say one thing.
Lizzo probably gonna win that.
Let me just say one thing, because I felt I have to come out and say that I never really listened to Lizzo before this week. The only song that I listened to Lizzo before was Truth Hurts. Mm-hmm. And I know we had a little bit of a conversation about this woman. I had no clue who she was, where she came from. I just know it's a big girl from Houston that just be singing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Then I seen her perform in some awards. Yeah, she jumped out of a cake and started twerking, and I was confused. and so, anyway, I didn't know much about this woman, so I decided to go ahead and listen to her album that she dropped. And, oh, my God. Wow. Like,
I told you.
Bro, I'm not going to even hold you, bro. This album, she deserves every single nomination and award that was given to her, because Lizzo is a dope-ass artist.
She's very talented.
Her album is, I call her, in her album, the female version of Outkast. It reminds me a lot of Speakerbox. It reminds me of that kind of era. She has such a soulful voice. The tempo that she plays with, her music is amazing. You know what I mean? And for me, I was like, how? I don't understand how she was able to come out and make music this good this early. So, shout out to Lizzo. And I apologize for not knowing really about this woman and doing my research.
Honestly, I didn't know either. She came out of nowhere for me, too, but my family got me hip. Yeah. Like I told you before in the last podcast, my mom, my little brother, who's 11 years old. I got a little sister that's 7. I got 2 other sisters, 5. And the other one is 7, another 7-year-old. Mm-hmm. They love the album. They played this. They was playing it throughout the whole time I was riding with them. They was playing the album, cranking. Yeah. All of them singing word for word. So that says a lot. Like if the kids can connect to it, like that's money.
You got people from all over, all races, all ages, all whatever. She breaks that gap in every single category, and that's
very hard to do.
It's hard to do,
very hard.
You're a big girl. You're a big black girl from the South. You know what I mean? And you come out here just showing this kind of confidence, showing this talent, and I give it to her, man. Like she's dope. I give it.
That's
to
why
her.
I say I wouldn't be surprised if she won it.
I would be very happy if Lizzo, and she also, by the way, has the most nominations out of all the Grammy artists. She has 8 Grammy nominations. That's number 1 over everybody.
Makes sense.
So it would be very dope to see Lizzo take a couple of awards home. All right, Grammys. Best Rap Song nominations are Rick Ross, Gold Roses featuring Drake, Nipsey Hussle, Racks in the Middle, The Baby, Suge, 21 Savage featuring J. Cole a lot, YBN Cordae. Who? Okay, so out of these,
that's a trash lineup.
Okay, you gotta think about this though. This tells you exactly why. What I realized from the Grammy nominations when it comes to hip hop and rap, this tells me how bad this year really was. This year was a bad year, and when it came to hip hop and rap, and I think we touched this on a little bit of episode 8. I think that people might be waiting for their 2020 year.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Because if you think about it, back in the day, they was waiting on 2000s to drop their best project, I guess, because it was kind of like future thing, like, oh, we entering the future. Same thing, they got that mindset with 2020, we're stepping into the future.
Yeah, the new decade, you know what I mean? And they want to be able to fit into that decade category. So I don't know, 2019 was, to me, not a very dope year in hip-hop. 2 of these nominees, we're going to get to the best rap album nominations, but 2 of those albums came out in 2018. But anyway, off of these songs right here, Chad, who do you think will win? Best rap song.
That was a horrible list. There's so many songs they could have put on there. A lot of hit songs that have been played over and over on the radio or just whatever. But if I had to choose between them, first thing on my mind that you read. Let me look at the list.
Gold Roses, Rick Ross.
It wasn't definitely not that one. Not
Nipsey Hussle, Rack in the Middle, The Baby, Suge, 21 Savage, a lot.
The Baby Suge was something that's been played over and over again. I feel like that might win. And then 21 Savage, just because he basically switched up his style and added J. Cole. That was so unexpected. And it's a song that everybody, street, positive, any, whoever you were, like, y'all love that record.
This could be a J. Cole year, too. Yeah. With these the way I was looking, it could be a J. Cole winning.
So I see 21 Savage or The Baby.
I think The Baby should win this one.
Because that record is that was a really fun record.
Suge took over the hip hop, internet, everything for a long time. I mean, for a long time. Has his own dance to it and everything. Yeah, I mean, YB Cordae was really dope, but his singles didn't really stand out by himself. 21 Savage with J. Cole a lot was a dope record, but yeah. Nipsey Hussle, Rack in the Middle. I felt like they only nominate. Okay,
because he passed away.
Yeah, let's be real, y'all.
I'm being real.
Okay, Nipsey Hussle was nominated for Victory Lap last year for Album of the Year, for songs and all that shit. Nipsey Hussle was nominated. The Grammys decided to give it to Cardi B over Nipsey Hussle's Victory Lap. Y'all remember that shit? I was advocating the most for people that I know that Nipsey Hussle should have been won Best Rap Album, and saw him for Victory Lap while he was alive. Okay? Now the Grammys want to give Nipsey Hussle these nominations for these throwaway songs that came on afterwards. So I'm not fucking with that shit. You know what I mean?
They're doing like they did Kendrick. They want to...
they realized they were wrong last year. They had to come back.
They're doing it again.
They had to come back.
And they give it to him. That's how I know, like, this drink is rigged.
Yeah, I mean, it's not...
Well, we already know it's rigged.
So based off of it, it's not about the music. It's about just what makes, you know what I mean, cultural sense and impact. So if that's all they're thinking about with this, that would make sense. Okay, best rap album, which is going to be my most favorite category.
Mine's too. That's very important.
Okay, y'all. Best rap album nominations for the Grammys. Dreamville, Revenge of the Dreamers 3. Tyler, the Creator, Igor. 21 Savage, I Am, I Was. YB and Cordae, The Lost Boy. Meek Mill, Championships. Chad, who do you got winning this, John?
All right, let me start off by saying this. When I used to be a fan of the Grammys, I had this discussion with my cousin. Shout out to my cousin, Jasmine. I'm not going to say her whole name, but she knows who she is. But I was telling her, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. I was telling her when I was fan growing up, when Kanye was winning her, I felt like he actually deserved it because he made albums that were very timeless. That I feel like those are albums that were going to be played from time and time on. So when I'm judging a Grammy-nominated album, I'm expecting a timeless album, something I'm going to play 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now, and never get tired of it. So I'm looking at this list, and I mentioned, if y'all follow me on Chat Visionary Instagram, y'all saw what I said on my Instagram story, how I felt. Basically what I said was, I felt like this is a trash list. And I'm sticking with it. My cousin was, I'm going to get into that later, but none of these albums, I just feel like it's not timeless. At this point blank. And it's sad. And that goes back to the point we was making earlier. 2019 for hip hop has really been a slow year. It's been Dr. Dre this. I know you saw this.
Yeah, I did.
He said it's been quantity over quality this year, and that's straight facts.
That's big facts.
There's been so much music pushed out, but where has the quality been at? And I don't want to. Don't get me wrong. All these albums, I listened to every single one of them.
I did too.
When this list came out, I listened to them again just to make sure.
Me too.
And they're great. They're good albums. Again, I'm going back to how I feel when it comes to Grammy rap albums. Am I going to listen to this 10 or 20 or 30 years from now? And honestly, I don't think I will. I really don't. And I like these albums. So to answer your question, if I had to choose, me personally, from an artistic standpoint, judging from the art and the creativity, I'll give it an Edgar. Am I pronouncing it right? Igor. From a rap standpoint,
wow,
I'm giving it to Meek Mill or 21 Savage, because 21 Savage did deliver probably his best project. Now to go back to what I was talking about, my cousin Jasmine, when we was having a conversation, she was pretty much trying to keep me in check. She was just like, man, you can't judge it like that no more. Like, you gotta judge it of what's been released that year, pretty much. Like, she's like, I get what you're saying with timeless, but you gotta judge it for what it is right now.
Yeah.
So she was like, for her, she's like, you need to go listen to Revenge of the Dreamers. I was just like, man, I just felt like it was too long and it wasn't that cohesive enough for me. She's like, I feel like that's the one. You need to go back and listen to that. And I did. I went back to listen to it. I still feel the same way. I feel like it was good, but it wasn't that good. I don't feel like it was worthy. Yeah, man. And I want to finish off before you get into so I'm going to bring this up. As soon as I find it.
Real quick, I'm gonna go over these comments real quick.
Okay.
I am Austin Toll said that he likes Lizzo. This is just to go back to what we were talking about before. He said he likes Lizzo because of her story. She's been grinding and struggling for 8 years before this year blew up. It's not out of nowhere at all. Shawty never gave up. She earned all this. That's so dope. I mean, the fact that she has been underground for 8 years, I didn't know that. Makes me respect her even more. She grinded it out for 8 years and then, you know, just really blew up this time. So I thought that was really dope. Going on to Lizzo, you know, Nails by her said Dr. Missy Elliott endorsed Lizzo. They had a dope track together called Tempo on that jump. Roadrunner SS agrees with 21 Savage. Rico Spazin agrees with 21 Savage. Rico Spazin said 21 Savage makes music for niggas that bite doorknobs. Nails by her agrees that this is a really bad year. Roadrunner believes that the baby was played out and 21 Savage should win. There's a couple of people that feel certain ways about these artists and everything, but for me, man.
Oh, wait, let me get back to my phone before you start.
Go ahead.
So my laptop just cut off, but I just remembered. So if we're judging from years in the past, let's just take it 10 years back. You got people like Eminem who won it twice. Kanye that won it a couple of times. You got Lauryn Hill. You see the names I'm getting at, the albums of Fugees. You hear these names? In these albums that I'm mentioning right now. Kanye, College Dropout.
I hear him.
Graduation.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. Like, Ludacris won one for Therapy. I was shocked. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But that was actually, I went back to that. That was actually all right.
Ludacris' album was dope. Ludacris was a dope artist. Very forgotten, underrated.
Yeah, all those artists and albums I just mentioned, I'm still playing it.
Yep.
And that's my point. So, you take it away, Monty. That's all I got to say.
This has been a very weak year when it comes to hip-hop. All right? Point blank period. That's the biggest takeaway that I got from these nominations. But for what we are dealing with, I'm gonna give you guys these names one more time. Dreamville, Revenge of the Dreamers. I really was disappointed by this album. It's not really an album to me. It's really a compilation, okay? You have a bunch of songs that are put into one project that are not cohesive, that don't really go together. They're all very different, and that's, I guess, their uniqueness. The story behind the album, I fuck with. You know what I mean? The fact that he was able to get all these people to just be locked into a studio area and to just all be creative and all working hard to get
the documentary was dope.
The documentary was amazing. J. Cole is a genius, and they did work. But when it comes to being a cohesive album from start to finish, this is not. You're dealing with songs that were rushed. You're dealing with people who are rushed. And you're dealing with music that is rushed. And then you try to make an album that stands the test of time. Now, a lot of people mess with it. I went back and listened to every single album this week just because of these nominations. I wanted to make sure that what I was saying, you know what I mean, I really agreed with. So, I don't really feel like Revenge of the Dreamers should take it. Tyler Igor, I listened to that back, and that man, what he did with this album, he was paying homage to Pharrell. And the Neptune.
He always do.
He does. He loves Pharrell. He loves the Neptune.
That's where he based his sound from.
And this is definitely one of the albums that you really hear that in. You know what I mean? And I felt it was really dope. I really enjoyed it. What he was able to do with the verses and the features that he had on the album, if you notice, he didn't have them, you know, in standard features like, hey, this song is featuring this person. He literally used people's voices as instruments. And which I thought was really amazing. Instead of them, you know, I have a Playboi Carti verse. No, Playboi Carti sounds great in this section of this song because it fits this melody or it fits this octave or whatever. You know what I mean? It's a super musical, orchestrated, genius album. So I understand.
And it's great theatrical, when he performs it live. So.
I would love to see this live. I'm glad you brought that up because I would actually want to go to a concert of Igor and see what's going on with that. But I don't know if I'm too late for that or not. But anyway, 21 Savage album I thought was average. I didn't feel like it was great. Like you said, it's not something 5 years from now I'm gonna go back and like, I want to hear that 21 Savage album.
It's definitely not.
You know what I mean? Like I might play a lot again, but
it's his best.
It's definitely his best, but that's not the best.
And the streets love it.
That's cool. YBN Cordae.
He might say it's cool. Fuck the streets.
YBN Cordae, the Lost Boys. Shout out to the kid from Maryland. Shout out to the back home kid from Maryland. This album I really, really banged with a lot. It brought me back to early Kanye, Lupe vibes. It gave me like that really good hip hop, true hip hop vibes. I enjoyed this album a lot. Some of his songs at Thanksgiving really remind me a lot of Family Business by Kanye. You know what I mean? And
definitely.
It's just good to see a young kid who is signed, not signed, but he's affiliated with the YBN crew, which they're more so into their mumble rapping and partying kind of music. And this is a kid that is affiliated with them, but makes music that's really has a purpose, has a meaning. He's affiliated with people like Dr. Dre and other great producers in this industry that's helped mold him. So he surrounds himself with amazing people and amazing talent to give him the best product. It's crazy how he would just put himself with the right people and he just blew up. Off of that one freestyle that he did in the barbershop, replying back to J. Cole, with the old niggas.
That was the beginning, yeah.
That was the beginning right there. That's what gave him a lot of shine. He went from replying to J. Cole with the old niggas track, him singing the barbershop, to J. Cole producing one of the songs on the album. You know what I mean? Which I thought was dope. Favorite song off the album was a joint with him and Anderson .Paak.
That's probably the best track on there.
That song is so fire.
Probably the most unique track on there too.
Definitely.
Because I feel like you already know how I feel about it. I feel like it's okay to be influenced, but it just seems like he's just sounded by all the people, his favorite people: J. Cole, Kanye, Drake, Kendrick. You could hear a lot of that influence. So.
The last person, which is who I believe should take this award for Best Rap Album, is Meek Mill, Championship.
That's a great hip-hop album.
That album is hip-hop. Yeah. What Meek Mill's impact was, if you guys have not done anything recently, and you have some free time on your hands, find somebody that got an Amazon Prime subscription, or bootleg this motherfucker. I don't know. Look at the free Meek documentary. If you have time. I had no clue what this man really went through. This shit don't make no fucking sense. All right. I'm not going to dig too deep into it because I don't got the time. But what Meek Mill has came from, what he was able to get through with all this time and then make this album. Championship is an amazing album. Came out at the right time. The impact, the criminal justice reform, the team up with Jay-Z and Robert Kraft and all these billionaire people that got money and that know what they're doing. From a man who was wrongfully convicted of a crime he did not commit. Dealing with a judge that was a black judge who dealt with a lot of self-hate. Dealing with, just hurting Meek Mill in his career for all this time. Meek Mill is affected by something that happened over 10 years ago that he didn't even do. And how many times have we heard stories or we have family members that are locked up or been charged with something they either have not done or this doesn't have anything to really do with them, and they're taking the heat and the blame for it and they're being incarcerated. This album is amazing, period. When I first saw the nomination, I was like, damn, this shit old though. Like, this shit came out a while ago, and it fits the time frame. You know what I mean? Meek Mill's album Championships came out in November 2018, so it fits.
That was November?
It was November.
I thought it was February. Dang.
Yeah, it was last year.
Wow.
It was last year. Yeah, so that was last year. 21 Savage was last year.
Okay.
So that tells you how bad this year was in hip hop. You know what I mean? You got two albums from last year, and you got 3 albums from this year, and it's pretty bad. We got to keep it moving because I know we don't got that much time. So R&B album of the year. You got BJ the Chicago Kid. You got LMA. You got Lucky Day. And you got PJ Morton. I feel like LMA is going to get that.
Who was it again?
BJ the Chicago Kid, LMA, Lucky Day, and PJ Morton. R&B album of the year.
LMA.
Definitely LMA. All right, real quick, the snubs. I feel these are 3 albums that I feel were snubbed this year that didn't get the recognition that I believe they should have. And then you could tell me if you feel like any people were left out that you can think of. I feel like Port of Miami 2 was snubbed this year. I feel like Rick Ross's 10th studio album deserved to be nominated for Album of the Year. I honestly feel that he could have took 21 Savage's spot easily, or even Dreamville's. I mean, the Dreamville spot, I really don't believe that that's an Album of the Year nomination that should really stick. I mean, I feel like they're only doing that because J. Cole had an incredible year and he didn't drop an album this year. The last album that J. Cole dropped solo was KOD, and he came up with this compilation album with his, record label. And I feel like this year J. Cole, I mean, just the feature why J. Cole hopped on everybody's track from you just did not expect this. Like, he was everywhere. J. Cole was very active this year, and he didn't drop a project, and that's crazy. So I feel like they want to give J. Cole some recognition finally because he's never won a Grammy or any award for that matter. Like, J. Cole has always been snubbed. So, Port of Miami 2, Crit is here. Big Crit is not nominated in anything, which is surprising to me because, I mean, even the Breakfast Club, when he dropped this album, they was like, yeah, this is going to get Grammy nominations, this is going to get this. I really felt the same way. Like, Crit's album was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good.
I was so shocked that this was, like, not mentioned, not a song, not a production, nothing was nominated for Big Crit. And he had one of the best hip-hop albums of 2019, easily. And then the last person...
Still placed in the category underground.
Yeah, I mean, but goddamn, y'all, like, that upset me. And the last album, and it might be more, honestly, but the last album that I'm going to say that, to me, was really snubbed was Ari Lennox. Shea Butter Baby.
Oh, yeah.
Was not nominated for not a single award.
When did that come out?
That came out this year in April, I believe. April or March.
Yes, they tripping.
Yeah, like, the fact that Shea Butter Baby was not nominated for anything kind of blows my mind. Really blows my mind,
yeah, it's really
honestly.
like one of the best albums this year.
Definitely one of the best albums, period, / definitely should be considered in at least R&B album. How the fuck doesn't make the R&B album list?
Yeah.
Chad Visionary, I'm leaving it up to you, bro. Do you feel like anything has been snubbed, or
I can't remember anything that came out. I would have to really look and see.
So we went into, well, what do you feel about this R&B? Because I know you feel like the rap has definitely not been it this year, but R&B has definitely had its year. Is there any albums or songs or anything like that stood out to you that you feel that should have been nominated and it's not?
Definitely Ariana Lennox. There's this guy, I don't know if you listen to him, Sir.
Oh, come, TDE.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect me like that.
Man, that I listened to that album the other day. It's so good. So good. Like, from the beginning to the end, every single song, bro. Like, I just don't understand. And he called himself the king of R&B on the album, too. Mm-hmm. And
but he actually...
Who would you like to call?
Nobody, bitch.
He actually could be in that top.
Yeah.
To me.
Because he earned it.
Yeah. I don't understand why he's not mentioned at all in any conversation right now. That's one of the albums that's been slept on. Summer Walker. When did her album come out?
It was too late. It was after that. She would be nominated next year for sure.
Yeah, I can't think on the top of my head, but it's definitely a lot of R&B albums that should have just been on.
Right, and you got to think Wale's album came after that too, so Wale could be nominated next year.
Right.
There's a lot of albums.
He got 2020. That's the thing about releasing your album too early. If you're thinking about the Grammys, and I think Wale always thought about being in the Grammys, so he should have. I feel like Wale should have just waited to 2020.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised at that too, because I know a lot of people at Maybach really want that. But I think he also thought that maybe Meek Mill might take this year, and maybe he didn't want to get into the same arena with Meek. I think Rick Ross, he didn't get nominated for his album, but he got nominated for Go Roses with Drake, which is a part of the album. Meek Mill got the championship album that they got going through right now. So, I'm glad you brought out Sir. I completely forgot. Sir performed at the Soul Train Awards last week, and he brought out his little brother, D Smoke, who won Rhythm and Flow. You did not. Okay, I knew you were here. Okay, Sir and D Smoke are brothers. Brothers. Yeah. If you go back.
Oh, wow.
If you go.
I gotta get up. Wow. My mind is blown.
If you look at Sir's music videos, you'll see D Smoke in his videos.
Oh, okay. That makes a whole lot of sense now, bro.
Exactly. Yeah, bro.
Let me just.
Go ahead.
Y'all brothers is gifted, bro. Y'all got a y'all got a God-given talent, cause that's crazy,
it comes
bro.
from their mother and their father too.
I just told Monty. Okay, y'all just heard me mention I just listened to Sir album again a couple of days ago. Mm-hmm. So Friday night, I got off of work and I said randomly, I was like, man, let me finish this Rhythm and Flow show. Mm-hmm. I finished the show and
about time.
He smoked, bro. Mm-hmm. I knew from the beginning, though.
Yeah.
From the beginning, I was like, he's gonna win it. Like, he's so super talented. But that last performance really set it off for me. I was like, bruh, like, it's insane how good he is.
Low-key, he was my favorite throughout the whole competition. He just
for sure.
He just reminded me so much of Kendrick, you know what I mean? And that's the only thing. It's not a bad thing, though, you know what I mean? When you remind me of my favorite
You can tell he didn't
artist.
like when Cardi said that, because I seen his face.
Because he's affiliated. You know what I mean? His brother is Sir, who signed to TDE. He's been around Kendrick.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he already know he's been around that TDE camp. So when that last joint where he was paired up with Soundwave, who was a producer for TDE.
That was perfect.
Bro, like, it just...
It was so perfect.
It was like... He was like, bro, like, this is the kid. He already knew what he was doing because obviously he's around the people.
Right.
He's around the right kind of people already. He's already destined to be a certain artist.
Shout out to Rhythm and Flow producers, bro.
Yo,
bro, if y'all haven't seen that
show's amazing.
I wasn't getting too much into the show, but it's not like no other competition show. This is a complete dynamic show. Like, they really put a lot of thought and effort into this. It's not no boring ass American Idol where, go ahead and spit your lines and that's it. You're battling. They put battle rap. You got to orchestrate your own music video. Like, everything has something to do with how a rap career is supposed to go. They really shaped and molded them.
They did.
And it was so many talented
artists, man.
Bro, that last episode, that was a very hard... D Smoke killed it because the only reason why he killed it and he beat everybody because his creativity was on a whole different level. Mm-hmm. And he was just a complete artist. But that man, Flawless, consistently from the beginning, that nigga was nice.
He was decent.
He was very talented. London B was my favorite. I told you that. That's my girl. And somebody... I don't know if they signed her yet, but somebody need to sign that girl. Like, she has the image and everything.
And then Troy Main, he was the biggest surprise to me. Troy Main...
Yeah, he surprised me, too.
Troy Main came from... he was my least favorite, but But he developed every episode. Every episode you've seen,
he got better.
He got better each episode. So you got to give respect where respect due. He was given a position and an opportunity, and he ran with it and owned that shit. Yeah. So respect to Troy, man.
He was really talented though. You could see that from the beginning too. Mm-hmm. He was real more of an entertainer. Yeah. You could tell all the different styles and stuff. Yeah. So, anyway, that's the Grammys, y'all. That's the American Music Awards. We got to get into this top black business, you hear me? Yes, sir.
Let me see that real quick.
One of the best parts of the podcast.
The best part of the podcast. Now, if you guys are not sharp, basically what's going to happen, starting 2020, we're going to start having actual businesses come on the show. Business owners, CEOs, founders, artists. Musicians and all that going to be coming on the show. We already got some really dope people that are going to be involved in the show, so you guys tune into that later. But right now, we're going to talk about a special man. We're going to talk about the founder of Worldwide Tech, an IT conglomerate. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
The number one business ranked in Black Enterprise.com. This business right here was able to receive a revenue of over $11,300,000 in 1 year. They employ over 5,000 people. Chicago, wow. Man. His father wanted to be a mechanic. You know what I mean? He wasn't able to get that position, obviously, because of his color of his skin and all that. Mm. I'm talking about a man named David L. Stewart. A lot of people probably won't know who this person is, but basically he's the founder of this IT company called Worldwide Tech. He comes from small town in Missouri, big family, 10 people in the household. His father wanted to be a mechanic, but ended up not being able to get that kind of career, so he ended up buying some land in Missouri, became a farmer. Had just basic farm stuff, cows, chickens, and that kind of stuff. But had his own land, was able to make his own food and to provide for his family. Right. This kid named David L. Stewart was able to go to college, went to Central Missouri State University, right. Graduated from there, was able to get a business loan, was able to...
And did he get a loan from his father as well?
Yeah, his father gave him a loan. Yeah. This is basically how it's supposed to go, you guys. His father was able to help his son because his father owned land. He owned property. You know what I mean? That's how you really make it in America. Like, they don't want you to know that you can own land and own property. You know what I mean? They don't want you to really know the value in that. So do your research and stuff like that. But owning land and property is huge in this country.
That's how you create wealth.
It is.
Not rich, but wealth.
For one thing I know, and the same thing that Killer Mike is one of my biggest inspirations of all time. Killer Mike, similar situation. His family owned land in Georgia, and that was the way how they were able to fund a lot of things and fund Killer Mike to go to college and stuff like that. But anyway... This is the background that he came from, you guys. He got a loan from his father. He was able to flip it. He was able to work for a certain company. He was the first black man to ever work for this electric company. And he also worked for FedEx as well too. Okay. So he broke a couple of barriers. He was one of the first black people to be employed by a major electronic company. He was one of the when he worked for FedEx, he was like the number one sales representative. He became a senior accountant at FedEx and was known as their number one salesperson or whatever. So he decided right then that he knew what his wealth was. And this is when things really took off. He decided to leave FedEx and start his own business. You know what I mean? He realized...
dealing with... I believe it was railroads, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. The railroad company. That was the one that he was the first black person to ever work for that company. Okay. So after he worked there, he then worked for FedEx and became like a senior accountant there. And he decided that he wanted to start his own business. And in 1990, he started this IT company that he now funds you know, he now is over 5,000 employees. He now has made $11,300,000 in 1 year, and he did that from, you know, his background. You know what I mean? From where he came from. We got to start figuring out how to start owning some land. You know what I mean? And how to, you know, start. We may not be able to get to the promised land right now in this generation, but we gotta at least start this shit. We might have to be Moses. We may not be able to be Joseph.
Yeah, we have to part this. Yeah, I get you on that.
One of his famous quotes. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. He lives by this philosophy. I believe we are put on this earth to serve others. I
believe that.
He's a server, you know what I mean?
100%.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Because what you give, you will retain back.
And he's not even doing it to retain. He's not even doing that to retain back. He's just doing it because he felt,
for sure.
You know what I mean? I just want to thank everybody for tuning in right now to Top Hill episode 8. We're about to get into our next show, Quality Check Live. Make sure you guys check that out. Hosted by your boy Antonio Wayside. It's also going to have me, E Money Boss, and Chad Visionaire, Carmen, the Stallion, and Will Bowser. So make sure you guys check us out. Go to Antonio Wayside's Instagram, and you'll see our live there. But that's going to do it for Top Hill episode 0.
Yeah, feel free to hit us up. You can hit E Money Boss on his Instagram. You can hit me up, Chad Visionaire, or you can hit us on Top Hill Pod Instagram or any other social media platform. You know, don't feel afraid to talk to us. Like whether it's about music or being on the show or just questions. Like we're here, man. We love every feedback, bad, positive. It don't matter.
We really appreciate all the love, you guys, and like Chad Visionaire said, we're gonna have guests on the show. So you know, hit us up so you can get your spot. We got a couple of people in line already that are interested in being a part of the show, so we have an idea.
Man, we got a whole lineup, man.
Yeah, it's a lineup of people that's going to be on here. So if you guys are interested in being a part of the show, you know, definitely hit us up. And yeah, if you have any questions for us, hit us up as well. But that's going to do it for this episode of Top Hill Pod.
Yeah, guys. Again, we love y'all, and we'll see y'all next pod. This is Top Hill Pod. We out.
Peace.
Peace.